I'm Good Fedora Fella. Welcome to my channel. It's been a while, I know. Excuse my voice if it sounds a little weird. I actually have been practicing karaoke with my brand new microphone. I hope it sounds okay. The only downside with it is that it doesn't have the filters like the others do, so you can actually hear the stuff going on in the background. Can you hear the trickle of water? That's what this little sap I have for my fish. Got 2 massive plecos in it. I'm just gonna give you a moment to appreciate the silence. Okay, appreciation over. Now, it's been a long time since I did a Hearts of Iron video, let alone one with Equestria at War. Even longer if it's without mods. Actually, I really rarely play it without mods. Actually, I hardly play any game without a mod. I have an issue. But anyways, for those of you who do know Equestria at War, I'm gonna throw a little wrench in what you know. You see, this isn't quite Equestria at War. I mean, it looks like it. It seems like it. It's definitely the opening title of what it is currently at this time. But there's another mod I discovered that added a really interesting feature. And it's really interesting. For example, just to show you what I mean, let's look here. Notice something different here? Anything? Anything at all? Where's Equestria? And where's Cadence? Just to clarify, this girl right here is one of the followers of Sombra. So Sombra is actually gonna have an early cameo here. Now here's the kicker of this mod. It's called Equestria Divided, and oh my gosh, when I played this mod, I did not expect to see what I saw. And you're about to figure out exactly why that is. Now, as you can tell, Equestria doesn't look so good. We got House, Moon, and Star. Twilight Sparkle's the leader here, and if you've noticed the very ominous alicorn amulet here, yeah, and also the fact that fascism's on the rise, there's also a very interesting thing. Look at this. Yeah, that's a lot of green. But to make things even more interesting, look what's down here. House White Gold. Dang! Look at the stuff she gets! Isn't that crazy? I know, more questions are just rising and rising. House Stormwing. Rainbow Dash looks like she's had far better days. Yep, there's this. And yet again, more fascism. Even Applejack here is not safe from that. This is her stats right here. And then there's Fluttershy in the Everfree Forest. She's got a new look, but she's an enigma. But they are very good at dealing with temperature and out of supply problems. And then there's the Cult of Laughter. This is one of those mods that when I started playing, I immediately felt uncomfortable and unnerved just by this. I mean, what the heck happened here? I mean, what's going on here? Well, it turns out Celestia and Luna had both just disappeared. They just vanished, and Twilight was obsessed in trying to basically fix everything. But as the princesses were gone, things started going downhill. Twilight made some oopsie whoopsies. All of her friends started splitting. I have no idea how Pinkie Pie turned into this. Fluttershy, a tad bit understandable. Applejack, I can kind of understand. And Rainbow Dash, well, you just don't want to mess with that face. Plus, she was manipulated by Twilight over here to actually flood a little town. Or actually, several towns. I don't remember all the details. But, yeah. Twilight is not a good person here. I will put a link in the description down below, so that way you could see it. But there's even a link that goes to DeviantArt, where all this art is. The original developer of the project, not this mod, but the art that was behind it, actually quit for several reasons, but his fans picked it up, and oh my gosh, show the montage of the art! The only ones that seem to be a little lackluster is the Occult of Laughter, but to be honest, I really don't want to see more of this. Anyways, the mod at the moment is actually slightly outdated, but the developer did say he will be coming back. He's just taking a little break. It was just a couple of months ago that he decided to take his break, so it will not be very long, and I really do hope he comes back because of a couple of things that really sold me on this mod. We're gonna play Fluttershy, because she is the least evil of all of them. That's right, she is the least evil of all of them. And her people practices cannibalism. Not only that, but there's something far more important here. You'll see. There's one thing, just one thing I needed, that made me love this nation. Yeah, as you can see, some things are definitely not added. But, you know what? With the work that was put into it as it is, it's not bad. But there's one reason, and one reason only, why I want to play this nation far more than anything else. It's not because of its stellar technology, because, well, we're actually pretty bad. Look at this. This is a negative, and I can confirm that all the other nations actually have an advantage when it comes to technology. It's pretty bad that you have to actually choose a specific set of things to research, because they are literally the only things you could choose at the beginning. But the one reason, the one and only reason that I am convinced that this is the best nation by far is because you get dragons! That's right, this nation has dragons! We can recruit dragons! You know what's the best thing about dragons? They all can paratroop. They're not a special unit. They can paratroop! And they are so freaking strong. Just look at this. With such little pony power, you can take this a long ways. This is just one division. One division! And you just start out with it. Another thing I love about this nation is this Ursa Company. That's right, we have Ursa Majors here, people. Ursa Majors. Now I have to wonder if this was actually part of the base game or the mod developer actually added this in. All these nations have unicorn companies in them to start with, which is fantastic. But again, this nation is not perfect. But it is what I'd rather play anytime, all the time, every single time. Because I love dragons. I've been obsessed with trying to get the Dragon Nation over here to be successful. And I've actually succeeded, but that's for another video. I'll tell you this, it's not fun. Oh, my throat feels a little itchy. I used it way too much today. It's very different playing this without music. I thought I would, start this without any music, and you know something, it's actually kind of overwhelming how quiet it is. Heck with it, let's turn on the music. Comba Maestro Sun. Yes, epic. Now here's another thing to keep in mind. This mod gets insane really quickly. Just take a look here. War. 3 other things. One of them adds this much pony power. One adds 5 civilian factories. This one adds 5 military factories. Click this, you get claims on several territories. And then there's a focus for just about everyone on this continent. And then afterwards, we can even go after New Maryland. You know what's even worse? All of them have this tree. That's right, this was kind of copy and pasted, which actually makes it really intimidating. Because we are not equal. I showed you this part. Everyone has at least one trait. One national trait. Mine is terrible with research. But it is great in just about everything else that is required to survive out in the field. But we have hardly squat when it comes to resources to produce anything, so we can't mass produce an entire legion of dragons. But we can mass produce other weapons. First things first. Factories. That's right, it's that easy. This whole continent is gonna blow up long before the changelings decide to take Olenia. It's that fast. I'm gonna enlist Zakora for this division. That's right, we even got Aoizoto here. I'm gonna have Zakora defending the borders, especially right here, because Rarity is going to try and attack us. And every single run so far, she's failed miserably. No one's able to even navally invade me because it'll happen so fast. We need dragon equipment. This will take forever. Not this one though. And we need a lot of this one. Oh yeah, and the dragons over here are our puppet. So yeah, we got that. Yeah, I'm just gonna buy Kyron Maestro's album for this. Now Flourishai's division is perfect. This division alone can hold back a tide. But there is one tide it has a very difficult time fighting. This one. This one is actually going to actively invade the Crystal Empire. And it's going to win about 80% of the time. While Stalingrad is going to be invaded by House, Moon, and Star. The Crystal Empire has survived a couple of times. Stalingrad has not survived yet. Here's the scary part about this mod. It's unpredictable. You don't know who's going to do what. We all have the same focus. We all have the same ability to mass huge numbers of troops. But my nation can actually amass more troops faster. I mean, just look. Monthly population, 15. See? She doesn't have it. She doesn't have it. She doesn't have it either. Okay, that's a coincidental number of weekly pony power. Okay, now looking at her, I realize she can amass as much as she can because she's actually better than me about raising an army. But then again, they're not entirely living. I actually played this nation, but I could not even begin to play it because it actually creeped me out way too much. It actually morbidly disturbed me. Thank you very much, but no thank you. I'll stick with Cannibal Fluttershy over here. Well, I mean, I don't know if she's exactly a cannibal, but there are those among her people that will cannibalize you. Because it's part of nature. Oh yeah, that's right. Since we all have unicorn companies, we need support equipment. And none of us really start with it. That's a small detail I don't need to worry about just yet, because my research is so abysmal it'll actually take about a year or so maybe to get everything I need to actually start making my focus choices. Funny enough though, I don't even need a doctrine to actually get anywhere. In other words, my people are charging into the enemy lines without a freaking plan. And it works! Dragons are so easy to recruit when you actually have a population that is actually decent. Here I am, I'm recruiting them at the castle of the two sisters, and Bugbear Grove will be getting this. I really can't wait to see what the developer adds next, because, quite frankly, the Ursa Major company really stunned me. Everything in the long run is actually kind of bare bones at the moment, because like I said, they all are the same, but at the same time, we are not equal. We all have our weaknesses, we all have our strengths, we all are good at something. Twilight here is the best out of all of us when it comes to research. I mean, she's a juggernaut right away, compared to the rest of us. So she's actually able to amass her army, and I played as her. She can amass huge armies fast, but that's because she doesn't have to worry about other equipment or anything like that. She can actually get her support equipment before I will. I can't wait to see what else is added into this, because just looking at the artwork for this series, oh my gosh, I want Oliphants. I want the mirror pool in a pot. But more importantly, no, desperately, I want Hydras. I would pay for a Hydra. I'm not joking. I would pay for Hydra units. I would. Real money, cash, hardcore. I'd do it. Oh my gosh, I've already almost played half an hour. You know, this is a good intro, actually, when I think about it. Giving you all an idea of what I'll be playing. And giving you a bit of a heads up to expect what you can expect. Despite the fact that this mod is outdated, it still works fine. And I love it. The pure chaos that comes out of it is it's just riveting. You know, I don't know how I sound here either. I'm sorry if I sound a little loud, but it might be the problem. It might be a real problem. I hope I did not wreck my recording. I'm just so used to actually speaking to my microphone up close and personal. That and my brain's a little fried from a current set of events I've been working on. More on that later. You know what else I love about this nation? Or actually any of these nations? You actually have a choice to prop one political party over another. In other words, I don't need to be this way. I could actually choose any one of these sides. In this regard, it doesn't matter whose side is what. You can still prop one political party over the other. Like you were able to with a lot of the stereotypical nations that weren't exactly, you know, polished through. Which I actually liked. Because there actually are leader options. Or at least, I'm hoping they are. We'll find out how polished it is in the future, but it seems pretty well polished to me. There might be a couple of things here and there. I mean, for example, the advisors, they don't have faces. But then again, this in itself is a lot of work in itself. I know, I've been practicing modding. Not been very successful at the moment, but you know what? I'm getting there. Unfortunately, there's no way to boost political power. But, you know what? It's fine. Oh yes, partial mobilization. Awesome! I can't make a mistake of not using that right away, so I can produce weapons faster. Alright, 5 minutes to go before I have to call this video off. Well, okay, change of plans. I gotta go and help find a movie. You know what? I think we actually covered everything we need to in this episode so far, aside from the fact that, this nation is actually comprised of the unwanted. Actually, when you read these descriptions, it actually pretty much covers exactly what these people are all about. And it's actually fun. I like little details like this. I like it. Someone took the time and effort to put all this in here. I know no one's really heard of this mod, but now you do. And if you want to share this information with others, please do. Because this is actually a severely underrated mod, in my opinion. But then again, how would you know that there were other mods that could be added to Equestria at war? I didn't know until I started looking out of curiosity, and then I came across this and I was like, what? Gave it a try and now it is one of my absolute favorite mods. Just because dragons. Oh, anything and everything for dragons. I love dragons. I wanted to exploit their abilities so bad. Anyways, here's your introduction to this series. Join us next time as we see the chaos unfold. What will happen? Will the House of Moon and Star attack us? Will House of Earthborn, House Stormwing, or the Occult of Laughter declare war on us from clear across over here? There's no question as to whether this one's going to attack or not, because they pretty much always have, and I've had absolutely no difficulty dealing with them. I mean, it's embarrassing, actually. I expected more from Rarity. Join us next time on Part 2 of Equestria Divided. Ever-Free Edition. I don't know if I made that epic enough. Maybe I should try again. Coming to a theater near you. Oh, gosh. That hurt my throat right now. I can't do that. I sang too hard. I sang my heart out, and it was hard to shove back in. You know, we'll call it good right there. We'll call it good right there. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Sorry. I love this microphone.